Hi again, Gregg, Boling, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. The Seahawks found themselves again tonight. They haven't been there the whole season, and then when the playoffs start, look at that. Running game, Thomas Rawls, 161 yards, 27 carries for number 34. They finally found themselves offensively and consistently. Pete Carroll, after the game, didn't cop to it, but Germain Ifedi told me some of what you saw in the press box, Dave, that the Seahawks went straight ahead in run blocking instead of angling and zone blocking and going side to side, and what Ifedi told me he called mirroring. He said this week the approach with Tom Cable told his guys, go right at him. Straight downhill, run blocking, and you pointed that out to me in the third quarter as a big difference.
It was huge, the running sideways, you try to create a seam for the back to run through, and it's tougher. It's not a matter of creating space to run forward, it's finding seams. That's hard for a young team, kind of a piecemeal offensive line to fit together. I wrote my whole column about this offensive line. You remember times during the year when we talk about the line and I'm smiting myself on the forehead because I can't believe
One or two
they
times.
can't get it together. And it's nothing but a tip of the helmet to these guys tonight because I think they were the key to the game. They allowed the Seahawks to resume their identity, to be the team they want to be, to ground and pound it. And if this team can block, it can go anywhere.
It certainly can beat Detroit, which lost their 9-8, and they haven't won a playoff game since 1992. The Lions didn't help themselves at all, dropping passes on third down. Golden Tate, to me, didn't look like he wanted any part of catching the ball over the middle against his former teammates. Personal foul penalties. They were howling. I had to go to the referees, as the pool reporter here in Seattle. I go to the referee after the game because the Detroit media was howling about no face mask call on Paul Richardson on his first touchdown, that miraculous first touchdown catch with the one arm. Ended up not being a huge play because the Seahawks won by 20. At the time, it looked like it might be the only touchdown of the game. Paul Richardson with three different crazy catches, and then Doug Baldwin with a butt catch in the fourth quarter. The Seahawks receivers stepped up tonight.
Again, they have the defense. They have the skilled offensive players. They need people to block and run. And when they can do that, this looks like Seahawks teams we have seen in the past. And coming into this, we talked about it. My theory was this was a chance for them to prove themselves. They've been saying all along, okay, we're going to be fine once the playoffs come. And as you and I know, many times watching teams that say that sort of thing, they come out and fall flat. They needed to come out and make a statement today, and they very definitely did. If they'd have scuffed around and squeaked in a win like they did against Minnesota, they might have gone to Atlanta and had a loss the way they did in Carolina last year. I think this is a different team, and I think the Falcons are going to watch this film, and their eyes are going to be wide open.
This tonight was a different team than the Falcons even played in October when the Seahawks won by 2 points here at CenturyLink Field. They reinvented themselves tonight. They got back to what I thought and we talked about would be the recipe to win in the postseason with the running game, take pressure off the pass rush and getting to pass blocking for Russell Wilson. The defense even looked more comfortable playing with a running game controlling and the offense controlling the ball. After the game, Cam Chancellor said, by the way, that Earl Thomas met with the team last night, talked to him and said, be yourselves. Told the defense in particular, but the team in general said, be yourselves again. Remember who we are. And tonight we saw that. Now they go to Atlanta, the flying offense in the league, the best passing offense in the league on their home turf in a dome stadium in a controlled environment. But all of a sudden, Dave, after one game like tonight, it doesn't look as daunting.
You know how they get this sense of being energized. And when this team is really hungry, the adrenaline starts pumping, and they get a sense of their own abilities. And they've seen great things happen when they play together. This team has been to the pinnacle, it's been to the top. It knows how to get there, and it knows now it has the talent to do so. If they play 60 minutes again, they block, they take care of business, anything's possible.
Thomas Rawls broke, as you probably know by now, Marshawn Lynch's postseason rushing record. He got 161 yards tonight on 27 carries, I mentioned earlier. The only injury of note that Pete Carroll talked about was Marcel Reese, a foot injury, could be substantial. Seahawks have 2 days off before they begin practice on Tuesday.
Let's
for the
get another
Saturday.
running back or 2 or 3 in here.
18 of them have carried the ball this year for the Seahawks, but they found the one they wanted from the start, Thomas Rawls, tonight. Seahawks and Falcons will play on Saturday at 1:30 Seattle time. We found a new team tonight. Let's see if it's the same one that shows up in Georgia next weekend. Thanks for watching.